Is there something else we need to be doing to be bringing some extra money in? Because a lot of times we're trying to accomplish everything out of this one pie that we have, right? But what if you had more pie? So what if you had a whole nother source of income coming in to help you get to this goal? But maybe it's an and you need to stop doing a few things to help you get in alignment for the goal that you're trying to reach. Super important you do that. So I want to know, and just be honest with me. Do you have like that secret dream kind of tucked away? There's something that you want. It's an experience. It's a trip. It's a car. It's a new kitchen. It's you want to pay off your student loans. I know there is a goal that you want to save for and achieve. And guess what? In this episode of the Thank Me Later show with me, your host, Jini Thornton, I'm going to help you intentionally save for that goal that's so important to you. It's sitting on the inside, and you're like, girl, I don't even know where to start. I'm going to help you get started today. So I have to say, I am a really, really good saver. And I think it comes from a couple different places. Number one, having been broke. That'll help you kind of double down and save when you finally have some money. But I think I had some really good role models around me. My mom, my grandparents. I had a great aunt who was very influential, who was my Aunt Betty, who was an amazing entrepreneur, and that chick could put away some money. So I learned early that saving was important, and I could use that strategy to help me get to my goals. So I'm super excited to talk to you about that today. So I have a few tips for you to help you achieve or save for, accomplish that goal that you're saving for. So let's start. Number one, I want you to define that goal clearly. And I don't care what anybody else says. Your goal is your goal. New house, again, pay off student loans, tuition for your kids. You want to go to Bali, is that new Mercedes that you want. No judgment. What you want is what you want. So, but I want you to be clear on what it is. And I also want you to be clear on what it costs. Because a lot of times we don't even want to say it out loud, let alone write it. But be clear on that, because we want to know exactly what we're working towards. Clarity is everything. All right. So I don't care if you got a little vision board situation going on, or you have a way of writing things down to kind of keep you anchored and on track on what you want to accomplish. That was number one. Number two, again, calculate the cost. We don't want to write it down. We are afraid, like, oh, it feels too big. It's not. But I do want you to write it down, because we got to know where our north, you know what I mean? Our North Star is. What direction are we headed in? Is this like a $15,000 thing, or is this a $150,000 thing? That will help us, get the energy we need to accomplish the goal. So write that number down. Three, have an idea of the timeline you want. You and your friends, y'all trying to go to Bali this year? Y'all going next year? You need to make this happen like real, real, real fast? Or do you have a little bit more time to save for or plan for this thing that's so important to you? Because remember, that's what's driving you, that this thing means so much to you. Okay. So get clear on the timeline, because some of you might like, ooh, I got a deadline, girl. The time has been set by some exterior factors, not just me. So again, be clear on your timeline. Number four, automation and separation. Honey, if I had $1,000 for every time that I have said those two words together, automation and separation. You're like, Janai, what does that mean? Automate your savings, meaning that it happens regardless. It's money coming directly out of your paycheck, or out of one account going into another account. That's what the automation means. It's on autopilot. You don't have to remember to do it. Separation. Separation means what account, what bank does this said money need to be in? Y'all have heard me talk about this before. I am an advocate. I'm a fan for those of us who struggle with a little discipline. Like if it's accessible, y'all be all up in there, transfer money back over to your checking account, right? It's too easy. It may need to be at a separate bank where you don't have online access. Maybe you don't even have a debit card. My savings account, I literally would have to drive and get in the car and go over there. I am not doing that. So that is something for you to think about. Automation is separation. Know thyself. What do you need to put in place to make sure that you can accomplish the goal that you said that's important to you? All right, number 5. Now we have to prioritize. Okay. So what that means is, are there some things that we may need to stop doing so we can fund this goal? And also might mean prioritizing our time. Is there something else we need to be doing to be bringing some extra money in? Because a lot of times we're trying to accomplish everything out of this one pie that we have, right? But what if you had more pie? So what if you had a whole nother source of income coming in to help you get to this goal? But maybe it's an and. You need to stop doing a few things to help you get in alignment for the goal that you're trying to reach. Super important you do that. Number 6, treat your dream goal like a bill. How you pay your rent, mortgage, car insurance, like it's got to be up at the top of the list, not after you've done everything else. It is literally up at the top of the list. Do what you got to do first. That's one of your got to do's. And then it will impact how you spend the rest of your money because you've taken care of what you need to take care of first. Then what's left, you can play with it. But that dream goal, again, wherever, that car, that trip, helping your mom renovate her kitchen, no matter what it is, put it at the top of the list. Super important. 7, find some creative ways to save some money. It's kind of like the point I made above. Like, you're going to have to be transparent, look at your life, and like, I cannot believe I've spent this much money, fill in the blank. Sometimes adding it up can shock us. Like, I cannot believe. And some of us have different I cannot believes depending upon how you spend your money. A lot of people, it could be eating out, hanging out. So I don't want you to deprive yourself because there's no fun in that. But again, just kind of holistically look at what you have going out. What could you stop, cut back on to help push that money over in that account to help you achieve that goal? And then number 8, continue to put money away. So this is what I mean by that. So I've done this. I know several other people have too. So say you have a car note. You pay the car off. Everyone's happy. Congratulations. What if you kept putting that same amount in an account? Because you've been paying a car note anyway. So guess what? When it's time to get your next car, guess what? Now you got this money that's sitting over there waiting for you. So a lot of times too, I tell people, you get a raise, act like you were living off of the previous money. You ain't got to upgrade your lifestyle. You get a raise, a bonus, a big tax refund. That's that money. You just go ahead on and you sit that over to the side because you're not going to miss it anyway. And it's not going to impact how you live in. So again, I don't believe in deprivation. A lot of people don't do this, don't eat out for a year. That is not my ministry at all. But I also know that there has to be some balance in that too. Okay. So let me just give you an idea of a couple of things that I have saved for. When my kids were younger and they were in school, David and I, my husband David and I, we had a separate bank account that was for all of their stuff: tuition, uniforms, summer camp, all their activities. So we both had money coming out of our checks going directly to this bank account. So it was always funded. When it's time for summer camp, done, pay for it. Time to pay for tuition, pay for it. Time to whatever. Our youngest son, Cameron, was a nationally ranked runner. If I added up how much money I spent on track, Jesus, I may not get off the floor right now. But anyway, at least it was all set to the side. And there was a plan. So we were saving for that. We were absolutely saving for that. You will not outsave me when it comes to retirement. Listen, my exit is real. I'm planning for my exit. So those are some of the things that have been very important for me. Some related to other people like my kids, some motivated by the life or the lifestyle that I want for myself. So whatever you pick is fine. I'm not going to judge what you want, But I do want you, again, to follow these 8 steps, be intentional. And the key is to start, because a lot of y'all won't start because you're like, ooh, I really need to put away $300 a paycheck or $200 a paycheck. I can't afford that right now. Start with 30. Start with 10. The key is to start, and then you will look up and you will be like, how in the world? Because it's time. Time really will work for you, but you got to get in the game now. Okay. So, saving, having that money to the side, it gives you some extra options. I want you to have options. Money is really here to give us some sense of flexibility. Okay. So I'd love to know what y'all are saving for. So please share. Are there any other topics that you want me to cover? I would love to hear from you directly. So sometimes y'all tell us what to talk about. Other times we're like, ooh, this is what the people need to know about. But thank you. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Thank Me Later Show with me, your host, Jini Thornton, where we help you master your money and transform your life. If you need some additional resources, please check out the Thank Me Later community. Go to thankmelatermoney.com. Again, thankmelatermoney.com. Please engage and follow me on social media. And guess what? I will see y'all next episode, okay? Make sure you share this with your family and friends. They need to know how to save their money too. I'll see you later, y'all.